Welcome to YQA, Your Questions Answered. And my name is Melanie, and every week we talk about work, career, business, life, and everything in between. And today we're going to be talking about sleep. Now, I don't know if you have noticed this, but in the recent years, there has been a real advent of kind of sleep advice and sleep, kind of what should we do to sleep and the importance of sleep in our lives. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I can lean towards insomnia and I have to work really hard at sleeping. Like when I say really hard, I'm talking, it is deep. Like I have sleep hygiene factors out the wazoo because I need to work hard at being able to sleep. And because of this, a lot of my friends come to me and say, hey, Mel, what should I do? I'm not sleeping. And so what I wanted to do in this episode of YQA is to cover some of the key things that has helped me really develop a hardcore sleep regime. So number one, I make sure that I schedule time for sleep. Now you may say, Mel, that's just basic, but let me tell you something, it's not basic at all. There are some nights I know that I was like, okay, let me go to bed at 12 and let me wake up at 4:30, like on the regular. That can't work. So I make sure that I have in my brain that between the hours of 10 and 6, those are generally my sleeping hours. In your brain, I want you to get a mindset that you do have a regular sleeping time, and the regular sleeping time has to be enough for you. So maybe you like to sleep 6 hours, maybe you like to sleep 8 hours, but if you're just scheduling in 4 hours or 5 hours or even 7 hours when you really need 8, then pretty much you come out the gate and you've mashed it up, like you're already kind of messing it up. So try to schedule in hours, and you may want to put it in a diary that you sleep, you're in bed by 9:30 and you are awake by 6 o'clock because you have to wake up to get the kids to school. So think about scheduling it in and putting it in your diary. Number two, I don't like to advocate buying things on my channel, but I do really love cotton sheets. It's like, whoa, like 100% cotton sheets. Because I get really, really hot when I sleep. So that means I need to make sure that the temperature of my room is cool. All of the radiators are turned off in my room as well, because again, I really like a cool sleeping temperature. I also have blackout blinds as well. And my room is very, very quiet. So I don't have the sounds of kind of the outside coming in. Definitely because of the positioning of my house, but then also because I know that I can turn on white noise machines as well to make sure that I am kind of enveloped in basically a dark cocoon. There are no electronics in my room as well. The only electronics that I have are my alarm clock, which dims. So once the alarm clock is not even, like once you don't see the time, then pretty much it's just absolute pitch blackness. I also have several plants that are really, really good for sleeping. So in terms of how they kind of absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, I have about 4 plants in the room that help as well. I do use lavender mist as well as magnesium if I feel like I need a little bit of extra sleep help. And there's also some hygiene that I do beforehand. I love books, as you guys know, and I know that when I read a physical book, when I say physical book, people, I'm talking physical book, a physical fiction book before bed, I sleep better. So this is not the time for me to go into my self-improvement, let's read for 45 minutes on how I'm crap and I have to do something better. This is about getting immersed and lost in a story. And this is proven that reading a paperback or a hardcover book before bed does lower your stress levels ridiculously. So try to do that. And that means that you want to eliminate the blue screens. You want to go back to the old school ways of an actual physical book. Even if you don't want a nonfiction book, or even if you don't want a fiction book, then if you want to look at this book, see like Shoe Dog, for example, I was reading that. It's business, but it's also a story in terms of the starting of Nike, one of my favorite books right now. All of these things, I hope you know, like individually, they are just like little tips, but together, what they hopefully show you is that I really take sleep really, really important. Like it's a really big thing in my life, because if I don't sleep well, then I stop being a high performance machine. I stop wanting to kind of work out. I'm not ready for it. My brain's not working properly at work. It's not as quick as it can be. And I start to make bad decisions in terms of eating and things of like and what I do with my time. So it's really key that we get some sleep. And it's not as easy as it used to be with all of the bright lights that are out there, with some of the food habits that we have, like our love for some kind of substances that keep us awake, like coffee, those kinds of things, and caffeine. We have to be really, really strategic and really pointed about our sleep hygiene and getting the rest that we need. So make sure that, you are scheduling in time for sleep, and make sure that you're doing what you need to do to get the amount of rest and restoration that you need for you to live a high performance lifestyle. If you have any other sleep tips, let me know in the comments below. I am always looking for, a new experiment. And every week we do cover off things that, that you have to do, things that you're looking at in terms of implementing a high performance lifestyle. So please do join us, and I will see you on the other side.